Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone podcast, where we talk about all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Magic Eden Token, XRP, Cardano, anything else? Beam, Near, Say, Sui, Memecoins, and NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the surge in the NFT market as all major collections are up on the day. We're going to talk about the pudgy penguins continuing to take flight. And we're going to talk a little bit of Memecoin strategy. We've been talking about the M3M3 token. We're going to talk a little bit about Pengu, maybe some Magic Eden token strategy, as well as some big listings with Peanut. Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy to see you, Easy Sig. How you feeling today, Sig?
Like someone just punched me in the gut. I have to say, I swear someone tried to food poison me yesterday and gave me bad fish. And I've just been like, like the whole day, I'm just like, I can't even smell food. Can't even have my coffee this morning. Like you know, when you have food poisoning and even water has a bad smell. Yeah, that's where I am today. But doesn't matter, because actually I'm really happy with what's going on in the markets. That has put a smile on my face. It's kind of wild to see pudgy penguins at 100,000, because I know we've arrived, but like, having done this podcast for so long, no one thought it would get back there. And I do remember Pio always saying, just like, it's going to get to 100,000. It's going to happen. Like, just so nonchalantly that you kind of didn't believe it at the time. And to think that we're here is kind of wild. And I'm interested to know, like, of the pudgy holders who are out there who have round tripped from like started at like 5-6, they saw it go up to 20. Now it went back down to like 7-8. Now it's gone back to $100,000. Like, are they holding? Are they selling here? It's a big mental number, seeing one pudgy at 100 grand. Like, we haven't seen that since apes. It feels like, I'm not talking about CryptoPunks, but like pretty much haven't seen that since apes. So it's an interesting time, a lot of speculation. So I'm kind of want to have some conversation with the big pudgy holders to see if they're holding or they're selling.
Yeah, I'm trying to bring up a tweet from Deez right now that I saw yesterday. He basically said, like, one of his biggest like learnings was selling his like ape package ahead of the token for like X amount, and he would have made so much more had he held it through, claimed the ape token, and then sold. So I saw him post that. So like, I'm seeing a lot of like bullish penguin posting on the timeline. We're seeing, a ton of like positive price action, up 68% in the last 7 days to over 26 ETH floor. Absolutely wild. Definitely want to dive into there in a bit, and we'll do that after the weather report. But first, we want to thank the sponsor of today's show, Stream. You've heard us talk about Stream a ton. I'm actually excited about today's episode because they have a new game that I've been actually like creating stream drops for, but I haven't gotten to play yet. It's called Matrix Run. So I'm gonna be running through this blind the first time with all of you guys. If you haven't played with us before, go to bodoggos.com/stream to sign up. I'm sharing the game room link in the Twitter Spaces. It's pinned to the top. And also into the YouTube comments, you can join the stream game room. Basically, you'll compete in these different games. There's different mini games. There's a memory game. There's a whack-a-mole game, trivia, all sorts of fun little games to like interact with each other. And you earn shards through playing these games. These shards are going to be redeemable for future rewards. And Stream is Animoca Incubated, just the third Animoca Incubated project. The last one that we saw was Mochaverse. Mochaverse being the successful NFT project that had a nice little token launch afterwards. So if you want to earn future rewards for an Animoca Incubated project, you are going to want to sign up for this product, and you're going to want to join these stream drops. I'm going to kick off a little Matrix Run on difficulty normal right now, and I'm going to show you what this exactly looks like. I have no idea. what I'm going to have to do here, but we're going to figure it out. So we got 3 participants. Wow, it's going to tell me how many people are playing. That's awesome. 8 people playing along with me right now. Having a lot of fun doing these different stream drops. Let's see what this is. Okay, so, I'm hitting spacebar here to jump. This is like that Google. Oh, no. Is that it? And I can still go. Okay. Oh, it's a race. That's fun. I'm so bad at this. I'm going to get in last place, I think.
Ray, you're playing terrible, man.
All right, I see what you have to do. That's a double jump over the tall guys.
This got ugly for Ray real quick.
Here we go. So we're double jumping. We're basically running across. If you're familiar with the Google game with the dinosaur, where you run, where you run across the screen and like jump and duck under obstacles. That's exactly what it is. Except I was racing against everyone playing, and I'm pretty sure I got in dead last there. Final score.
Ray, that wasn't good, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but I was going in blind. I'm sure we're playing against some absolute pros here. That was a lot of fun.
That looks like I was playing, Ray. That looks like a recording of me playing. That was bad.
T-Word in the comments saying 76 is awful from a guy who got 82. We got Sir Heavy Bag saying, I won first place, LFG. That's awesome. Ellie.jpeg saying that looked like fun. Yeah, we want to thank Stream again. We love working with them. They're building the content layer on top of streaming services. They're Animoca incubated. You're going to want to get involved. Go to bodoggos.com/stream to sign up and join along. I'm going to be throwing these stream drops up throughout the show, so we'll have a lot of fun with these. Maybe next one I'll win. I'm actually feeling like I want some revenge now, so we'll do a little Matrix run later in this show. That being said, before we dive into the show, how about we just do a little weather report here, Sig? We can jump in, then we'll talk all things crypto market.
Yeah, absolutely, Ray. Let's get into it on Thursday, 12th of December. Looking over at the crypto roundup, the majors, they bounced back nicely. They're up just over 2% on the day. Bitcoin is back at that psychological 100K. Ethereum is at just shy of 4K at 3,938. And Solana kind of just like lagging behind at 239. Leading top 100 coin is Aave. That is up over 30% to a 5.5 billion market cap. Over the past 24 hours, firstly, it is back. We are back. NFTs are back. The ETH NFTs, they rallied hard with most top collections up almost 20 to 70% over the last 24 hours, especially the Pudgy Penguins floor that crossed $100,000 and is sitting at a 26.8 ETH floor. Secondly, next up, we saw some bullish news coming out of the political camp. It's Trump as head of crypto policy at A16Z. Brian Quintes looks to be leading candidate for the head of the USCFTC. Trump's DeFi project as well, World Liberty Financial, also began buying ETH, Aave, and Link with their multi-sig wallet. And then lastly, we saw some waves in the meme coin market as Phantom Wallet added functionality to display new tokens created on Pump Fun and Moonshot shortly after creation. The Solana meme coin Peanut was also listed on Coinbase and is currently up 13% to a 1.3 billion market cap. That is all for the weather report. It is back to you folks in the studio.
Excellent weather report, as always, Signal. Lots to unpack there. NFTs are back, and I knew Calente was going to come on the show today. Wasn't necessarily scheduled to be on, but I saw NFT floors prices pumping and the JPEGs moving, so I knew Clemente was going to be on. Sounded like he had a tough night in the trenches last night, so this is a little palate cleanser for him. How you feeling about this NFT market?
Let's relax. Let's not put me on blast. I did not have a rough night in the trenches.
How'd you finish up on Timmy?
I'm still holding. A little bit.
Are you? Oh God.
Yeah, I actually did you make any money from it?
Yeah, dude. So I traded the ever living shit out of that thing.
I
was
blessing
in and out
you with that alpha, dog.
It was the first time.
Backstory, Ray. Hold on. First of all, Ray, of course, I messaged Easy last night. I'm like, yo, dog, you know, I want to put some good karma in my life. So I DM'd him, yo, bye, Timmy. Thank me later. He's like, hey, no worries, dog. Boom, printed on it.
I put 8K in it.
So I bought it 3, and I had some. This is pretty cool. Like watching this whole thing. So essentially, what this is it's like a little live streaming dude, like AI character that's responding to comments, playing like background music, like basically like pretending to be like live streaming trenching. And it seemed pretty interesting. I went to bed and I set a limit order to sell at like a 2x or a little bit above a 2x, and like I just missed it. So it wicked there. So now I'm just a bag holder and probably a permanent Timmy community member at this point.
I actually like so yeah, I don't know how Timmy's going to play out. It's funny for sure. It's really well done. If you guys, I don't want to pump the bags or anything, but just go check it out at Trench Timmy, see if you're interested in it. I'm more interested in the actual devs behind it. Trench Corporation, because I think they're going to post different, like they're going to do a different one of these. And yeah, he like responds to the comments.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Ordered 55 viewers right now.
The only problem is they need to stream onto Twitter, but and it's how old will, like, people could get old, like get tired of this really quickly. But I don't know. I thought it was interesting, but
I think it's really interesting, Clemente, because actually the edge, like with what we saw with the humans doing that, it was just an attention game of who could do the most extreme thing. But I'm really curious from an AI perspective, like how do you get more attention as more of these types of plays come in? So right now it's like, you know, it's in it, like it's like there's a novelty, it's music, it's just kind of moving around. But like if someone just makes a better Timmy, then I'm really curious what a better Timmy looks like to get attention. Because we quickly saw a downward spiral and then that feature getting turned off. So yeah, no, I think it's a good play, Clemente. I don't know how long it's going to stay around, but it's good.
We'll see. I've also been like crashing out a little bit on the meme coin trading world. But
Yeah,
I made
you have.
progress yesterday. Like, so I realized basically you need to compartmentalize when you're trading meme coins. There's like the conviction play where basically it's a new interesting thing that could have upside. But the other play is like there's like a 50-50 play that you get into, right? Which is like it could either do really well or it could be a complete disaster. And the strategy there is find a good entry point, meaning don't FOMO in, and then keep your limit orders on, like your sell orders. What I would do is I would basically just always take my sell orders off for basically all my plays, and FOMO in. So I was just losing capital early. Like the name of the game with the 50-50 plays is conserving capital and like trying to scalp a little bit of profit. So I did that like 3 times yesterday, which I was pretty excited about. Ray, I was doing some Fibonacci, just genius work yesterday.
Were you doing that after I guess, I mean, I didn't really log off. I left my computer on, woke up. I was still in the voice chat this morning. But I do remember one of your plays. I hear you reading off this token. You're like, all right, so this dog learned how to code and then launched this meme coin. Maybe this one seems super interesting. And
That one was a
like, oh, he's
complete
off the rails. Clemente's off the rails.
No, that one was a complete rug. No, there were 2 different plays where I was looking at it and I was like, boom, okay, this thing just migrated. And I was like, ooh, right now I want to FOMO in so bad. But I was like, no, I'm going to wait for a good entry. And if it pumps and I lose it because it wasn't good enough for me to FOMO in. If the idea is really good, I'll FOMO in. I don't care. But if it's a 50-50 play where I'm like, dude, this guy could rug or like, we don't know how this is going to play out, I'll wait for a 50% pullback and then get in and then keep the sell limits on. And that's what I did twice. And I made an extra like 2 or 3 SOL. And then, yeah. So at the end of the game, it's like a disciplined game. And if you don't have the discipline, you'll just get wiped. But yeah.
Did the dog that codes, did it rug or does the dog still?
Complete rug.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I mean, it also depends like on what you're dealt that day too. Like that strategy worked for you yesterday, but like, who knows what hands dealt today. You have to be like versatile. But the one thing that's never going to burn you is like waiting for a good entry. Like if you're just waiting for good entries, you may not like win as much on them, but you're going to like definitely, you won't be compounding as many losses.
Yeah. Can I say something about the NFT stuff, Ray? I know you asked me about it and I didn't answer that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, first off, I actually don't have that much NFT exposure. So, really? I wanted to give a congratulations actually to all the NFT people. Dude, they've put up with so much bullshit for the last like 3 years. Everyone was talking shit to them, calling them bag holders, calling them losers. Then they watched the meme coins take off and everyone get into meme coins. And like, there's a community of probably less than like 10,000 people that like stuck by it and like had their conviction. They stuck with their community, their Azuki community, Doodles, Pudgy Penguins, etc. And they're being rewarded for it now, which is like really freaking cool. Like I actually don't have any Pudgy Penguins exposure actually. Like, so I was feeling a little bit of FOMO, but just in general, I feel happy for all of the people that got into that, held their NFTs, because a lot of meme coin stuff, you can say it was luck. You can say it was all this bullshit, but like these guys held through it for literally years. They held their conviction and it's paying off and it's really freaking cool to see. So congrats to everyone that is in NFTs right now. You deserve this pump. You deserve all of the wins that are coming to you. And I hope more of them come. I'm happy for you.
I think I'm happiest for Whale Swoosh. He's just been nonstop NFT posting throughout the entire bear, just absolutely killing you with NFT content. And it's great to see this market come back and him to be just like so vindicated here. Great person in the space. Just wanted to shout him out. On the NFT front, on the ETH side, Doodles up 73% over the last 24 hours. Like, what happened here? Was there news that I missed?
No, it's purely FOMO. Like, look at Azuki too.
73% though.
Yeah, but look at Azuki as well. Azuki up 52%. It's the second one, second highest volume.
Ray, second highest volume.
35% on the day, 52% on the 7 day, up to almost 10 ETH, dude. So like, it's just Pudgy FOMO. People are looking at Pudgies. Look at Apes too. Apes are running as well. So it's like the main thing here that I'm like looking at. I mean, granted, hey, Sea Dog, we bought the bottom of Apes.
Well, hold on. What was I was gonna say something about that. Oh yeah. Like Edward Snowden once said, a rising tide lifts all boats.
That wasn't
Pudgy's
Edward
dropping a
Snowden.
token. Now everything is rising. Hey, hear me out. I'm gonna sound like a broken record here. Sappy seals at 0.68.
We're not doing that today. We're not doing that today. We're not. I don't give a fuck. There's very few things that justify removing Big Sea Dog from the stage. A sappy seals shill for the 57th fucking time. Go buy a beans. Go back and buy a beans. Hurt yourself some more. Go hurt yourself some more. We're not doing this today. We're not doing this.
By the way, I don't own any sappy seals.
That's a good thing. That's a
gonna
good
make sure
thing.
you're not
We know when Clemente doesn't own it, then it pumps. So it's actually a good thing. And to be fair, Easy, he's always been right on the sappy seals. He just never bought. He was always right. He did buy.
I did buy.
And then it would go down.
To buy at 2 ETH.
Yeah, he convinced Nick to buy at the literal absolute top tick. Clock strikes midnight. Both hands at the 12 top of that. Nick aped the seals. I've never seen him higher. Nick aped. So never seen him higher. Nick opened it. We were on a team call, and Nick goes, "I still have this fucking sappy seal. It was staked. They haven't been earning anything from staking for like 14 months.
Oh, yes, they are. Yes, they are. They're earning bits or something.
Oh, bits.
They're earning some. They're earning something. Let me
Is
get
it
Wob.
right here.
I'm gonna get Wob on the horn. It was get
Wob on the horn.
I like the seals. 1.6.
I like the seals. I love Wob. The only thing here is I just don't like Clemente shilling them.
I don't even see 1.6 as an average price.
No, he bought. There was literally no pot. I think he was like the second highest buyer of all time.
Okay.
Like I don't think those things have ever been more expensive. I think Nick literally was like, perfect. I'm gonna ape. They're going to 5 ETH.
He bought him at like I have a screenshot actually of him buying at like 1.6.
Oh no.
Clemente is right. If the whole NFT market is pumping and we've seen the most obvious plays go up and we continue to be in this environment, it like seals will get a leg up. They most likely will break one. He is right.
If we're saying everyone's dropping a token, if we're assuming that they drop like a culture token, which is literally what Pudgy Penguins are doing, that it comes down to basically how many tokens your project is dropping. And even like Azuki, I'm curious, is there going to be an Azuki style token? Because the anime token's like the infrastructure play, right? That's on Arbitrum. That's like, I'm less interested in that versus like an actual Azuki token would go hard. Like, on the, and can I just, I'm going to address one question. I'm going to throw it back to you, Ray. Yosef Lifchitz goes, these guys aren't tapped into NFTs and don't know what's going on. My brother in Christ, it seems like you're unfamiliar with our game. Well, come on the show anytime. If you're on Twitter Space, request to come on stage. We'll do a trivia off to see who knows more about NFTs. Hot shot? Because I can guarantee you
a triv off.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's
he's backing back a little bit. Maybe just Clemente.
Maybe just okay, yeah. Yeah. So right now,
hey, Joseph lift kits. It's go time. All right, lift shits.
Dude, this guy. Holy shit, dude. He doesn't.
Yo, show me moves. Show me moves. Show me moves. Let him know.
I'm gonna just boom, bring the boom to that, dude. Yo, Joseph, boom. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh.
For anyone listening along, Clemente is thrusting his hips and then backing it up. Just absolute chaos going on here. And now he's riding his chair like a pony. Absolutely wild stuff going on the YouTube. If you're just listening, you need to tune in and watch what's going on here. If you're just listening on Spaces or if you're listening on the podcast, absolute craziness. Clemente, I don't know how you can do that live on air.
It was not in a sexual way, by the way, Yosef. It was in a purely.
It was in a Pilates kind of way, like just hip thrust to get your booty just a little bit,
Absolutely crazy. Off the rails already. Love to see it. So interesting stuff here with tokens. So people are pumping into Doodles and Azuki, the two hardest. Looking at those like Doodles token, like what's going on with a potential Doodles token? Is that like
Doodles is very interesting
or most lucrative one?
I don't even think it matters about the token right now. Like, call me crazy. I don't think the token's like even a big deal. Like, that's the thing I keep thinking about here is like, you got to kind of think about outside of the token. And Doodles have hands down outside of Pudgy some of the largest reach. Like, bro, Julian, homegrown, the guy who is the CEO.
It's not homegrown. It's
Holguin.
Holguin.
Julian Holguin. Is that better?
Homegrown.
Yeah, homegrown's great.
Julian Homegrown.
Julian, they call him Julian Homegrown. Julian.
Yeah,
Homegrown,
Julian Homegrown. No artificial preservatives. Is just absolutely cooking with these though. But the dude comes from the music industry, so like tapped in is an understatement. Just like Luca came from the production toy e-commerce space, tons of success there. You also, if you didn't notice, what was the entertainment company that they acquired? Yellow Wolf Studio, Green Wolf,
Golden Wolf.
I was
Yellow
close. Yeah,
Dude, I like
Yellow Lion.
Yeah, Pink Zebra, something like that. I don't fucking know. All I know is that the one of their leads there left to then go to Doodles. So it's like that's a pretty good sign. They have this animated series. They have this music thing that they're doing that has millions of monthly Spotify listeners. There's the reach that they have is very good. And I think Doodles put me on wax. Doodles at 4.43, undervalued. Undervalued.
Easy. Agree 100%.
Dude, okay, I changed my perspective. Doodles at 4.43 ETH, overvalued.
Well, right now, if the market cap of Lil Pudgy's is almost like 60% more than Doodles. I need to do my math right, but
no, that sounds right.
Yeah, dude, Lil Pudgy's are at 3 ETH with 22,000. Doodles are at 4.4 with 10K supply. So and by the way, this is strictly going on whether or not the NFT run will continue. I actually don't know if it will continue going at this rate right now because it's entered like a little bit of FOMO season basically since the Pengu token was announced. But if these continue to get weird, I mean, what about captains?
Dude.
They're dropping their pain token. They're dropping like a pain meme coin.
Yeah, you know what else is pain? Me bag holding and round tripping the fuck out of this stupid thing. I love meme lands. Love Shar. Love 9gag CEO. I love those guys. But god damn, dude, did I round trip the shit out of that fucking thing?
Also as well, sorry, just going back to Doodles, it just like on the one hand, I'm thinking, remember they said like, we're not an NFT company, yada, yada, yada. So why would they go the token route? But then on the other hand, I'm thinking, yeah, but these guys at some point might need to just make their treasury more robust, and to be able to have raised in this current environment in the last 3 years would have been really, really challenging. And they were lucky enough to have raised when the environment was really frothy. So they had a good injection. But that runway of money, is now been 3 years, I have no idea how much is left in their treasury or how much they're making from the different arms and verticals that they're doing. But a token would give them an opportunity to be able to arm their treasury more for the next couple of years. So that's the only reason why I'm thinking, okay, potentially is another route to raising. But again, they always kind of 3 years ago, they said they were a company that was like, we're not going to go the NFT routes. And when I say NFTs, I'm including tokens in there. But the speculation that it could potentially happen, there's enough, but basically this could go to 5, maybe more, depending this month. And then depending on what happens on Pengu, all of this stuff could be undervalued as people hopefully see that Pengu sends, and then everything else who hasn't got a token continues to just basically run off the back of that. So I agree with Clemente or Easy, whoever said it first, that at the moment, 4.4 is undervalued.
Yeah, that was me.
I definitely said it first.
That was me. That was me. One of us said Sappy Seals. The other said Doodles.
You know what's crazy?
Can I jump in real quick?
No.
Right, please jump in.
I think I'm with Easy on this. May not even be a token play. So we saw things get absolutely silly last time with NFTs, with like celebrities and athletes and everything. I think Doodles are the most well-positioned to capture that outside of apes. I think the penguins seem like they're more like general retail, but I think in terms of like culture and like capturing like athletes, like music artists, etc., I think Doodles is there because of their like tie with Pharrell and the connects they have there. And I think that people are going to be like, with Trump in office and things are going to get silly with crypto, I think people aren't just going to give a fuck about like worrying about promoting stuff and like going over the top with crypto. Like when they got burned last time. So like, I think that we're going to see like a ton of extra promotion. And I think Doodles are very well positioned in that world, if that world comes to exist, to be like one of the top collections.
I don't know if the celebrity thing's going to happen, Ray. A lot of those celebrities got in a lot of trouble because that was all basically product placement and celebrities in some way benefiting, which at the time we didn't know. We didn't know that basically, you know, Paris had been given this ape for free, or Jimmy or the rest of the gang. And I think people have seen that playbook. I don't think it's going to have the influence that it did the first time round. I don't think it's going to have that marketing virality. In the same way that we were like, oh my gosh, Paris Hilton has an ape and is on Jimmy Fallon, which marked the top. I think celebrities could come in a different way, but it's not going to be the way that we saw before 3 years ago.
I think it could get even sillier. That's my thought process. I'm already seeing the tone shift within crypto about what people think is like okay and fine, that there are no rules, and I think it's going to be exacerbated with people who aren't in the space. Like I think that's going to happen. Like
honestly, I don't think it's going to be celebrities. I think it's going to be more like led by TikTokers and the Gen Z. Those are going to be the celebrities that people will be. Those will be the celebrities that people go to. Like it was really interesting that they were like, you know, this is complete tangent, right? But like Kamala Harris had Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Barack Obama, and some other huge names behind them. Like
Megan Thee Stallion.
But in total, their social media following was over 2 billion people. 2 billion. Sorry, their reach was over 2 billion. And even they could not like sway the opinions of like the general population as to vote for her. And I just think that celebrities in the traditional sense are losing the influence that they had. And now if you look at like who are the people that the younger generation are looking up to, it's all the TikTokers and it's all the streamers and it's all the big YouTubers. That's why they're always front row at all these fashion shows. So I think this like the celebrity way that you were talking about is going to happen in a completely different way, and we kind of need to look out for that. Because
I think yes and no,
rhyming and not repeating.
I think yes and no at the same time. Yes, if it's done correctly. No, if it's done poorly. Hawk 2 has been asleep for 437 hours now. And we haven't gotten a comment after the situation. So for me, I look at something like that and I'm like, maybe it'll be the same. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't. And that's kind of where my head goes, is like, okay, so if this is the current situation that we got and we're sitting here trying to figure out like what's going to be that next catalyst, what's going to drive the narrative, I think in the sense of like musicians, artists, personalities, Julian Homegrown, no probiotics, antibiotics is probably the best chance for that avenue with Doodles. I look at something like Pudgy, which has already been on various streams. If you don't know the streamers, like Jason Lewine from FaZe Clan had a Pudgy Penguin toy in one of his videos handed to him. You had Kai Cenat open up a Pudgy Penguin toy live on a stream. So like they have that vertical basically captured with that mind share because they're well tapped in there. So I don't think we're going to get the same MoonPay style of bullshit that we got, where like Paris Hilton's going on Jimmy Fallon and sharing apes.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a little bit more distributed there. So we took a look at the ETH NFTs. I want to jump over to Solana because we've been talking about Solana a ton. We've had these weekly streams with Tensor that we like had a blast doing, and we like keep making these predictions on like what collections we're buying. And I think like most of the time, I need to go back and check, but like we've been like wrong with this like Retardios, Mad Lads, SMB like trio over and over again. Like we were like so bullish on Retardios. You can now get 3 Retardios for the price of 1 Mad Lad. You can get 2 SMBs for the price of 1 Mad Lad, or 2 Retardios for the price of 1 SMB. The rankings are pretty much like separating here. 65 soul floor for Mad Lads, 44 soul for SMB, 22 soul for Retardios coming in as like the big 3 among Solana. Do we continue to see Mad Lads dominating here? And why are we seeing them run so much and be this category leader?
I mean, it's pretty clear now. Mad Lads, you have to remember, have an exchange. So everyone was like, when do we get something? When do we get something? When do we get something? They have an exchange with Backpack. And right now it is kind of like token airdrop meta. Granted, like I don't know if this was the reason why Dogs ran, but Bodogos ran to 4 soul right after we got the M3M3 airdrop. Also, Bodogos, if you had your M3M3 staked, you got some more cash last night from Let's Get This Bread, which is an M3M3 product. So yeah, there's like stuff like that I think with Backpack, if more tokens get listed, they're just going to reward Mad Lads. So like the more I look at that stuff, it's like we're back to this NFTs are a proxy to token airdrops.
Yeah, so there is no token for Mad Lads right now, right?
No, correct.
And have they teased a token out for Backpack?
They have not, but they've gotten other things. They got to mention the speculation of Monad. Yeah, that's the thing that I look at. I'm like, if they continue to get these big T1 airdrops, that makes price go up. I mean, damn, these things are 15 grand again.
They did a 2x in the last like 14 days.
Damn.
So fire. You know, and last thing on NFTs, right? If we can maybe rotate to the last point, ordinals bleeding here.
That was my next thing on NFTs. You beat me to it.
And I think it's because let's go to runes, or sorry, not runes. Let's go to ordinals. I think it's because of the lack of token speculation on the Bitcoin ecosystem, right? Like Solana and ETH NFTs, you can easily speculate on future token airdrops, whether it's by the actual project or getting airdrop tokens. The runes ecosystem is still so underdeveloped that there isn't a lot of value to speculate on, which is this is just a pure play collectible, which is why I think they're lagging a bit here. But I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees on that.
Yeah, what I'm seeing with Bitcoin ordinals, like I think they actually may have gotten some of the most lucrative airdrops and most frequent airdrops if you participated. Like if you participated in ordinals in 2023, you probably got the Runestone airdrop. You probably got then the Dog Go to the Moon airdrop. You got probably got this upcoming Pizza Pets airdrop. You got Bitcoin Puppets. They had other airdrops if you got into that collection early at reasonable prices. Like there's been like very lucrative Bitcoin airdrops, but the ecosystem isn't expanding in terms of user base, which is a problem. And I think we're seeing that now. People got rewarded a Magic Eden token, and everyone was expecting that this is going to rotate back and buy Bitcoin bags, but we haven't seen that yet. And I said, I'm worried that if we don't see that pump coming out of the Magic Eden airdrop, that we're going to see potentially a 50% retrace on these, because that was the most recent catalyst dating back to like September when the Magic Eden token was launched. So I'm a bit nervous here. I still think ordinals and runes succeed long-term. They're just long-term badges. And I'm just not looking to trade and swing trade. I'm just holding it. Like I'm holding a Pizza Ninja, I'm holding runes, I'm holding a couple other smaller ordinals collections, and I'm just fine sitting on it, collecting airdrops when they're happening, like minting stuff that looks interesting, like free cheap mints on Bitcoin. And the mempool has been like very like uncrowded, and it's been like fairly cheap to do transactions lately. So that's what I'm watching for on Bitcoin. I think the Pizza Pets is interesting. That's actually revealing on Saturday, and trading will start. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that specifically on Bitcoin. But I think I agree with you. Like this has not been ideal in the Bitcoin ecosystem.
My last thing on this, Ray, actually, and this will maybe tie a bow on the NFTs conversation, because I agree with everything you're saying here. I think ordinals are interesting, just to like continue. If you're bullish on the ecosystem, like just keep buying things that you like. Do you think, like I've noticed in the last 2 weeks or so, the trenches, right, which is basically just shit coins and vaporware, have had less liquidity, less speculation on it? Do you think that maybe NFTs have taken some of the attention and liquidity away from I think
you're wrong about that.
Yeah,
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, dude. I mean, yesterday I turned 10 Sol into 65. Like, it's not you. Like you say that there's less liquidity, but if anything, there's more concentrated wins and less separation. That's the thing. So it's like you can kind of sit there and be like, yeah, let's find better stuff. Like Timmy the Trench, whatever the fuck it was, you could have just bought that with size and taken 50-60% 2 to 3 times in that range. So it's one of those, like that's literally what I did. So I think I made like 3.5K on that and put 8 in multiple times. It was like 20 Sol here, out, 20 Sol here, out, and just continued to cycle that. Where I look at stuff like that versus like trenching. I mean, dude, even look at this chart. Like, yeah, you have token launches now trending back up, and daily active and new users now trending back up. And it's largely because like you have a relevant newsworthy event with Luigi Fettuccine Alfredo dropping, and now having those other tokens that are associated to it, like the 286 and some of those other like tailored plays. But when you have one winner that goes to 30 mil, liquidity is still flush. And I truly think meme coins are going to dictate this cycle. It's just pudgy penguins are running. As you said, the great Aristotle Socrates said, rising tides lift all boats. And that's what we're now seeing. So
but I think what meme coins have meme coins in general have had an insane run the last 6 months. It's been absurd. And I think there's for someone maybe wanting to participate, like we're talking about trenching, but I think also just meme coins in general, it like NFTs haven't really. Pio, we like a month ago, remember when we were in Sarasota and you were like, NFTs feel like the best bet to make right now. And we were basically like, dude, you're crazy. But since then,
hold on, who specifically had a comment on that? Someone specifically. Okay, what did you say exactly?
I said it's gonna be meme coins and NFTs are stupid.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was the coin you were just talking about, Easy, from yesterday?
Timmy,
I sized in to that.
whoa,
Coin. Sized in, right? Easy. You turned 10 into 65.
From just like the market, not that one coin. That was like I made 17 trades yesterday. 17 different coins.
I turned 25 into 682 on 14 trades.
I like that.
Were you trading or was that your girlfriend trading?
Both. And then I rolled the profit.
He can't even get it out. He can't even get it out.
What were the runes you were talking about that went up?
It was P. Diddy's Hippo.
I rolled the profits into that one.
Yep.
And I liquidity provided, right? Like I basically was the whole liquidity pool. I was fucking soaking wet.
Yeah, dude was moist. He was a moist towelette of liquidity in here. Just an absolute jam stopper of liquidity on this one. Printing fees, moist as ever. But hey, I want to circle back to this real quick. Pio, when I said NFTs were dead, just remember who was sitting there and gave a clear NFT winner that day before the market heated up. Just a clean, honest, hardworking 4X.
Oh, Doodles.
No, zero, bro. The zero board bullshit NFT things we bought.
Is that I got out of that? That was like that was a fucking disaster. I mean, I think I made money on it, but it was just so stressful. I didn't want to be.
It was very stressful. So, Pio, would you buy a Doodles here in all seriousness? We've seen Julian homegrown, no probiotics, continue to dominate the space with his media entertainment side.
So, I've been thinking about it. So I'm wondering. I like to sit on one chair, as I think people know. I like to sit on one chair. And I think the NFT.
You're standing right now.
That's true. I think I think that the NFT chair I'd like to sit on. Well, look, I mean, I'm just thinking, do I just plow a bunch of money into the Pudgy token as soon as it comes out?
Wait, which token are we talking here? Pengu, their community token, or the chain, which is not officially Penguin, but it is the ecosystem.
I know it's hard to tell. So my questions are like, why should I buy this doodle? Nice. Why should I buy the doodle instead of an Azuki something, instead of a mutant ape or something?
I like doodles here because they're 4.3. Azuki's 9 and change, 9.5. So you could get 2 doodles for the price of one Azuki, and I think that they close that gap. That's the thesis. I look at mutants at 3.37. Mutants are interesting. Mutants historically have traded at 1/5 the valuation. So these feel slightly like these should probably be 4. You know, like that's the thing. I like the Doodles play though. I really like the Doodles play. I really do.
What do we think about Garga's tweet about asking about tokens that have two, or asking about ecosystems that have 2 tokens? I know like a lot of people are saying like a lot of the ape value was derived from the tokens. Garga came out a week ago saying like, hey, what other ecosystems have 2 tokens? So you said Blur Blast, Prime Prompt, Abstract, Pengu. Like is an ape like culture coin completely out of the picture? And like, dude, what would that end up doing?
Dude, you can just in crypto, you can like if enough time goes by, you can probably just drop another token. And if you do it right and people are bullish on it, then it's just okay. And think about how good that is like for the organization. Like, oh, you need capital? Cool. Let's drop a fucking token, you know? So if they drop another token, that would be like awesome for their business. And maybe that sends these things. I think we're in for a really wild 2025. I think 2025 could be absolutely insane. And you're seeing Pudgy kick it off at the beginning of the cycle versus when ApeCoin came out, it was the very end of the cycle. So I wouldn't be, I don't know. I don't think anything's off the table at this point. Are Doodles going to make a coin?
They could. They don't have one.
That's a speculation. But before we get into that, I want to thank the partner for this show, Stream. We're going to do another stream drop here live. If you want to sign up, go to bodoggos.com/stream. Stream is an Animoca incubated project. Animoca incubated a little bit more than Animoca backed. There's only been 3 ever, including Stream. The most recent one was Mochaverse. Mochaverse had that successful NFT launch and token launch. You can start playing Stream today. Bodogos.com/stream. Play along with us in these Stream Drop game rooms. It's pinned to the Twitter Spaces. It's shared in the YouTube comments. We're gonna do a little matrix run again. We're gonna try to come in first place in one of these today. I haven't had that much luck so far, but I'm feeling like this one's gonna be the one. So you play these games, you play along with us. We get to compete against each other, fun interaction, and then you earn shards. And shards are going to be redeemable for future rewards. So we talked about this being Animoca backed. We talk about the success that other Animoca backed companies have had, such as Mochaverse with their token. You can put 2 and 2 together and understand that this is probably something you're going to play. So here's me doing the little game right now. I'm currently tied for first place, absolutely dominating this race. I don't think anyone's going to be able to catch me here. No mistakes. Here we go. Here we go. No.
Oh, Ray, you got
no. No.
We're playing the Stream Drop, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. If you're just listening, we're doing a live stream drop. I'm participating in a race. It's sort of similar to the dinosaur race you get on Google when you have no internet. I scored 95. That's my highest score so far today.
Sometimes I unplug my internet just to play that game.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite games they've done. I'm going to be constantly launching this one. We're having a lot of people participate. We have 43 people in here now. Thank you all for playing with us. We're having a blast doing this. This is one of our favorite partners. Once again, shout out to Stream. Thank you so much. Doing great things in the space. And you're going to want to participate. Bodogos.com/stream to sign up. All right, we can jump back into the NFT talk, or we could talk a little bit about meme coins.
Sorry, Ray. I really want to ask Pio a question about his penguin collection, because I think you are the only one between us all that probably has the most penguins. And I remember you got in at a really good price, and you've held it for really long. You've been the one that's been saying like penguins are going to hit 100K. It is going to happen, even when penguins were like not even close. How are you thinking about, because you have multiple? How are you thinking about exiting here?
What if I told you I fucked up royally and I reduced my exposure at the wrong time? I still have significant exposure, but I felt overexposed to NFTs going into this when I was like just looking at all my stuff. So I reduced the exposure. My current exposure is 7 little pudgies, which could be worse. Okay. It could be worse. That's like 70 grand worth of these things or something like that. Maybe even like closer to 80 grand, which is still insane.
But yeah, there's 3 ETH, dude. You have 21 at 4K. You're almost at like 80. Yeah, I think you're at 80K.
Yeah. So it's still like solid exposure. I mean, come on now, right? But
dude, I want to buy a CryptoPunk.
That's a random.
I'm thinking here because punks are at 100 or punks are at 160 and penguins are at 100. And I'm like, I feel punks are undervalued.
Well, punks haven't moved this leg up yet. Everything else has moved this leg up. Punks have been at 40 ETH for 2 weeks now. We had a bet on them for Top Dog. Would they cross 40 ETH? They hadn't crossed 40 ETH up 2 weeks ago. So they haven't participated in this most recent crypto pump. So I was looking at them this morning too, because I was curious to see if they were following, but they weren't. So yeah, punk here is super, super interesting. Are you just like a floor punk guy, or would you be like a long-term holder, get something you want to like flex a bit?
I love how Pio was trying to talk about fudgy penguins. Easy was just so AD. He just goes, I want to buy a punk.
My brain went, pudgies are 100K and Pio has $80,000 of little pudgies with only 7 of them.
Wait a second. I accidentally clicked I do not agree on the terms for the CryptoPunk site, and it took me to the Beanie Babies eBay page.
That's pretty funny.
I've done that before. That's really weird.
No, that's pretty funny. It's because I'm sitting here. Dude.
They've actually, this is thinned out like 10 months this morning.
Like punks have done pretty much nothing this whole year, and then now you're saying you want to get into them?
Yeah.
Like 60 punks away from 50.
I just feel like this is like like you don't even have to hold this thing that long to make 60 grand.
I think I'm with you. I think people are going to look at pudgy. I mean, pudgies I think are going to dip post airdrop, right? At least some.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't. Well, yeah. I mean, dude, this pudgy run has been nuts. If I kept everything, I think it'd be like, dude, it would be like 220,000.
I was gonna say 250K. So you'd have $250,000 that you spent like 8 ETH on.
It's pretty nuts. No,
ETH was Was it?
So Pia, that's exactly my point. Like, so now you still got substantial exposure via little pudgies. You've got the big ones over 100K, little ones. I mean, that ratio, I don't even know if that's correct right now, or little still have more to run to catch up, because we still don't know like how the airdrop will be allocated between the big ones, the little ones, and then the rods, if there's any multipliers like they did, for example, with apes. But my point being is like, for like, how are you thinking about exiting out of this? Are you thinking I'll sell some little pudgies here and then wait for the airdrop and sell everything after the airdrop? Like, I'm just curious because there will be people who have multiple assets in the ecosystem or are thinking how to get in to get the token airdrop.
So I don't think I'm going to sell anything. And the reason I'm mad about the reduction in exposure, I mean, I'm not that mad, because it's like at some point you have to be quasi like somewhat risk like aware, because it's like, you know, you got like so much money in random ass NFT stuff, right? But the reason that I'm a little bit bugged by my reduction in exposure is because this past bear market, I made only a few bets. It was Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, Coinbase. I've talked about this. Bitcoin, MicroStrategy, Coinbase, Pudgy Penguins, Solana. That's like basically it, right? And so I was right about all those, like super right. And I'm not saying it to like brag or anything. It's just like they all went up a lot. Like MicroStrategy, I can't even believe how much this shit went up. And I can't. What's so funny, Clemente? What's so funny? Clemente is muted.
I agree. No, I agree with what you're saying. I just like it when you get fired up about MicroStrategy.
Yeah, so I just can't even believe how much these things went up. And I think I'm going to look back at that bear market as this insane period, because I just put all my money into investments. I didn't save any cash, right? So all my money just went into investments, and I just kept plowing money in over and over and over again. Like every paycheck, just boom, 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 boom. And I don't like, and by the way, I just knew that Bitcoin was going to go up. That was the only thing I knew. I knew Bitcoin was going to go up. And then I was like, okay, cool. So I know Bitcoin's going to go up no matter what. There's no situation where it won't. So what else will go up? Well, MicroStrategy will probably go up because you got a lot of Bitcoin. So let me buy some of that. And then Coinbase is like, you know, the casino of crypto, so to speak, the house. So that one's probably going to go up. So let me buy that. And then Solana, we're building on it. It's fast transactions. A lot of people, it has a really good community. Well, that one's probably going to go up. Let me plow a bunch of money into that. $30 average price, by the way, on actual size on Solana. So that's like fucking insane. And then Pudgy Penguins, I was like, this one, it was when they wrote the Forbes article about Luke. I was like, dude, this guy's like really good at like finagling his way into like things. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to buy these Pudgy Penguins. Out of anybody, this young dude seems really interested in making the price of these things go up. So I'm going to buy these things, right? So I bought the Pudgy Penguins, right? I guess I bought a Mad Lad. And that was actually a bad investment. That, like, out of all the investments, I did buy one.
They're up to 16K again as of today. They just giga sent, like just absolutely sent.
So I was right about that one too.
But you were right about it for a while. You guys bought the bottom of that, if I remember correctly. Like, you had plenty of opportunity to exit.
Pico bottom. They bottom took the shit out of that. Also, I didn't buy the punk. I just put 100 grand into altcoins instead.
Got it. So,
just casually during the show, 100 grand in the altcoins.
Dude, I'm so mad about this. I'm pissed off. We'll get to it later.
The point of what I'm talking about is I don't know what I can. I think the only thing that I know I can just plow money into at an unreasonable clip and have it work out phenomenally well in the whole world. The only asset that I know that I can do that with right now, in terms of like crazy returns, is MicroStrategy. That's the only one. Because like, what's the MicroStrategy market cap right now? MSTR market cap, real quick, is $98 billion. What a joke. This thing's going to go to like $3 trillion over the next like 8-9 years. So yeah, that's pretty weird. Like, do you remember when NVIDIA this year, like it 2x'd between January 1st and like March 15th, and everyone was like, holy shit, because it was already a $1 trillion asset. That's what's going to happen with MicroStrategy, because people are still so dumb. Literally go on Twitter and search for MicroStrategy and see what people say about it. It's hilarious.
I saw that Michael Saylor just won CEO of the year. That was Jensen Huang, the NVIDIA guy. Sorry, my bad.
Jensen Huang. Yeah, that none of that matters. I mean, dude, like this thing's less than $100 billion. Are you serious? Literally, are you serious? They have 10x more Bitcoin than anybody else, and they're not going to stop. There's people tweeting that they're like, I don't believe he's not going to sell it. I'm like, dude, you guys like need to literally roll out of bed. Like, I need you to at least get out of bed. You don't have to go and put a business suit on and go to the conference room, but you got to be out of bed, man. You're literally in your pajamas. Like, that is insane, right? And so this is the only thing that I know is going to go up. And then I'm like, all right, do I plow an assload of money into the Penguin drop as soon as the Penguin drop comes out? That's the other thing.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Don't sell any of the littles. Hold them through the Pengu drop. Penguins are going to pump expeditiously harder. I think Penguins flip punks. Bigs will flip punks for a short period of time because the Penguin airdrop will be so profitable to holders that then they speculate that they're going to get another airdrop with abstract. So I think that's going to be the narrative and the thesis. Right now, Whales Market has Pengu at a $4.6 billion FTV. Billion dollars.
Which is insane.
I mean, so semantic wise, I think Pengu probably opens between 1 and 2 billion because it's only done about 10K in Whales Market. You look at Magic Eden was trading OTC at 4 to 5 billion, and that was in the millions of dollars of OTC volume. So like that one was more realistic because you actually have like whales getting supply from there. I think Penguins push 2x from here. They touch $200,000.
Okay.
Littles probably push to 6-7 ETH, looking probably closer to 20 grand. That's where my head's going right here because that Pengu airdrop will have hype and speculation at the ultimate all-time high. So that's kind of where my head goes is I would not sell the littles until you see the frothiness of, well, what's that echo? You see the frothiness of the abstract potential post Pengu airdrop. So that's where my head goes is you get the Pengu airdrop, you claim it, you dump the shit out of it, and then you hold the littles for an inevitable secondary run. I would not top blast that token personally.
Selling things, I think, is pretty out of the question for me at this point. I actually would rather round trip than sell some of this stuff, because it's not random shit. I'm not just buying random shit. You know what I mean? I'm buying like actual things I believe in. Go ahead, Clemente.
But yeah, I wouldn't top blast a token, Peel. You're already getting like 10 to 20 grand worth of the airdrop of the Pengu token.
That's not that interesting. It's not. I'm just saying it's not. Like, what's interesting is buying the pudgy penguins in the bottom of the bear market and holding them until they're worth $250,000, which I basically did, but then I fucked it up by reducing exposure. Clemente, I don't know why you think this is so funny.
How much? So you'd put in like 100 grand into the pudgy token? Like,
no, I don't know about that. I just don't know. Like I said, the only thing that I know, no, it's not true. The only thing that I know that's going to have an insane multiple from here is MicroStrategy, like a wild multiple. Actually, Easy has me looking into this near protocol thing. I told this normie guy about it, and he immediately wanted to plow, but I still like, dude, it's hard.
Wait a second. Plow into the near.
Yeah.
Okay. He wasn't just physically attracted because you were in the near.
I like near a lot. You also just mentioned who CEO of the year was at NVIDIA. And the only blockchain at the NVIDIA conference was near. Just saying. So like that's my entire thesis. We're gonna keep it simple. I think price go up.
I don't know, Pierre. Like I feel like Pudgy's pretty much has been the only collection that has deliberately targeted themselves and marketed themselves in a way that they want to make sure that the community does well. We haven't seen that since Bored Apes. It's basically been 3 years of cold bear market to get to this point. And it's like, when are we going to see this again? When we're like, who is the other Luca out there that is thinking in this way? Because it's not
Julian homegrown.
It's not easy. It's not Julian, and he made that very clear. So I'm just like thinking about, well, which other collections out there are like the leaders are actually thinking this way and have thought about in this and have thought like this for the last 3 years. And the only person I can think of is Luca. Like no one else is thinking like that. So I'm like, Pio, you're in the only collection, you're in the only collection that is about to do a token drop whereby the entire ecosystem is set up for that token to potentially run well. And you're potentially going to have to wait another 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know how many years to have the next Pengu. It's a pretty special moment, this is. And I don't think we kind of appreciate that because we're in the space every day, blah, blah, blah. Tokens are flying everywhere. Airdrops are flying everywhere. And we've like forgotten how painful and horrible the bear market is.
And to be clear, you're just talking about like making the price go up, right? Because that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, but you need the right environment for the price to go up. And that has only happened in the last 3 years.
Right. But I mean, like, for example, Zagabond Azuki, they made an anime show, right? But they're
making an anime chain,
right?
Like with a guarantee of a token, a literal hard guarantee of a token for a chain for anime IP.
Right. Yuga Labs sponsored Formula One, right? Like, you know what I mean? The reason no one's talking about this is because the focus is on something besides just making the price go up. Do you know what I mean? I just want to like explain the focus there at Pudgy Penguins, which is also why I bought it, is make the price of the token go up singularly. Do you know what I mean? And in crypto, that's all anybody cares about. So for example, even with MicroStrategy, he's been doing the same thing for 4 years and nobody knew about it. I was like, what? How do people not know about this? For 4 years, he's been doing it loudly, publicly. There is no second best. How many chairs are you sitting on? All this stuff. And then MicroStrategy's price goes up and all of a sudden the crypto people are, oh. So it's like, you just have to remember that this is like a really, really simple space where people are, oh. I mean, I'm just going to say it. People think the unfuck thing is real. That's insane. Like Haley Welch, literally they just got some girl to go like, I don't know, Nick. I think I'm going to have you scam the token. I mean, like, dude, we just did the AVAX thing like last weekend. Yesterday was Wednesday. It was 3 days after. And people are like, this is real. You're a scammer. It's some insane shit. So the only reason people are paying attention to Pudgy is because the token price is going up. That's all people care about. What's up with Azuki's whole ass anime made by a real anime guy? What's up with Yuga Labs sponsoring a Formula One team and throwing sick events all over the world, right? Like, and we can go on and on. What's up with Doodles being partnered with McDonald's and having Pharrell in the thing, right? People will only care if the price of the token goes up, and the price of the token doesn't go up because of any of that action. You have to do crypto stuff like shake hands with people behind the scenes, make deals to get them to buy the token. Propping up a crypto token is insane work, and you have to be focused on that. If you don't prop up the price of the token, no matter what the token is, it's just going down, except for Bitcoin, basically. Well, unless it's like a network like Solana. Like if you're talking about network level, people are building on it, there's activity, that's a different story. But like individual NFT collection, individual random ass token, the price just trends down. So if you see a price going up, it's because there's intense efforts to keep that price going up, and it's on the crypto side. It's not because they made an anime. It's not because, like, you know, there's a partnership with Pharrell or something like that. It's like crypto. So people care about Pudgy Penguins right now because the price of the Pudgy Penguins is going up, and I have a bunch of Pudgy Penguins stuff, right? So I like that the price is going up, but I'm not like, oh, it's because of like, you know, this, that, or the other thing. It's because there's focus on the crypto stuff going up in price. That's what you got to focus on if you're in crypto.
Question in the crowd right here, Crypto Gypsy. What altcoins are you plowing into, Easy? I'm actually curious too. Do you have any charting you can pull up on a couple alts and we can take a look? I know we've been a lot of charting on majors, but I'd love to do some charting on alts that you find interesting and see if we can get a good entry here.
Yeah, so we can talk about those. It is 3 tokens, and I mean, I've talked about them a bunch. So like if you've listened to the show for more than 15 minutes, you'd probably know which ones they are. Let me share screen here. It is my big 3, not this stupid ETH boomer coin.
Yo, I forgot to mention Doge, by the way. I think Doge is another very, very interesting area. So sorry, go ahead.
I like Doge. So I like FTM here with their rebrand to Sonic. I think the name change is good. I think it's a new taste for it. They also have their leading dev back, finally back into the positive trend line that we broke down on. So very simply put, FTM is one that I look at, and at $1.20 with actually good functioning tech, I'm like, this seems pretty good to me. I think at $1.20, it has an easy path back up to $4 or $5, which right there, you get a 3 to 4x on it. And for me, that's a great trade comparatively on alts. I think these, when we look at majors sold Bitcoin ETH, have largely led the whole cycle. Alts have been the lagger. So FTM, I like that. I like AVAX, of course. That's another one. It's up 10% in the last 24 hours, back to $52. So this is one right here where if we can actually break right now and close over this, where we are right here, this previous, like we have two lines. That line is the main one. A close over this will send this, in my opinion, back up to that $65 mark. Like just a pretty safe, substantial move back on the charts. Feels like this is going to happen. We have the break, clean break back above into the uptrend line and holding over the previous lines of resistance and support, which we broke down on December of last year, and we broke down on April of this year. And now we're finally back above it. So stuff like that is where I become significantly more interested. You can also obviously look like we broke the structure there, where we finally got back into an uptrend on the downtrend we've previously had. So AVAX, FTM, and then the one Pio just mentioned, NEAR, up 5%. Pretty clear here that we have what was a downtrend, clean breakout back up, got the retest. And if we want to use the Fibonacci Luigi trend lines, right here, we're in this kind of zone where if we can get a back above and back-to-back daily closes in here, pushes us to 7-7, inevitably before 9. So those are the three I'm looking at. That's what I just bought. And then my fourth, because 100K is not divisible by 3. So I put 33 into each of these, and then I threw 1K into HBAR. HBAR is probably my most absurd and ridiculous bet, but it's like 20 cents, something like that. I don't even know if you can get perps on HBAR. Yes, you can. 30 cents. So I think this goes back to 60 cents. Fill this wick. That's where my head's at. We got a nice little bull flag here on this channel. So if we can get some upward momentum, we probably get a breakout here, pushing it back up to 60 cents. So you're looking at a 2x on that very, very quickly, expeditiously even. And then NEAR, FTM, and AVAX are those four that I guess you could get into or that I'm looking at. Granted, the big three are that FTM, which I like this chart a lot, NEAR, and then AVAX.
But Easy, you said, I think yesterday during the show that you're selling most things like May of next year. Is that the plan with these plays as well?
Yeah, so the thing is, when you have Bitcoin dominating as much as it has, ETH finally catching up, and Solana all the way up, like I'm not looking for crazy 20x's anymore. I don't need it. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for 2x's at this point. It's 2x's with size, and that's it. Yeah. Like if these all 2x in the next 60 days, which I think is 100% possible, then I think I can literally use the profits from this and buy a punk for $0 of cost. Like that's where the head goes. That's the entire mindset on it. So I think we can get all three of those types of price action moves, which is great to me. I'm like, this feels good. It feels like an easy segue here when alts have largely been lagging. Like, dude, if you look at larger scales and like bigger time frames, AVAX is still not even over its April high, which is crazy. Like that's wild to me because that just shows that like how badly they've been lagging. Same thing goes with NEAR, still not even over March high. And then FTM is the only one that is. FTM is the one where I'm like, okay, this chart recently listed here, same idea though, it finally broke out over its previous March and April high. So like FTM is the one that's currently leading of those three. But with NEAR and AVAX not even in that realm, why would I not want to get exposure to them when everything else is broken out? As soon as ETH touches that all-time high, alts will send. Alts will absolutely run extremely hard into their all-time highs from this year and then into all-time highs from 22.
I like it.
Arc.
Hey, real quick before while Ray's doing this stream drop and we're about to wrap, I got another play for you guys. Wassies by Loomlock.
Oh no.
0.3 ETH.
What's the play here?
I just think Loomdart's gonna cook something up. If he ever drops a token, it's over. So I like them. They have zero volume. I think I'm gonna buy one at 0.3.
Like it's over, it goes to 0.
I completely forgot I also hold Mog Auras, which I need to sell. Holy cannoli,
come on. I was so close. We broke 100 though. We broke 100. Came in second place.
Ray?
Let's go. Thanks again to Stream. Third Animoca backed project after Mochaverse. Bodogas.com/stream to sign up. Game room link shared in the chat. Thank you all for playing with us today. We had, I think, over 200 different people play. A lot of fun today. We're going to keep doing this. We run this every single show in the background. We like to highlight it every once in a while and let you know how you can get in. Bodogas.com/stream. Back to you, Clemente.
We love stream. We love stream. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah. So right before we wrap, I wanted to talk about M3M3 like really quickly. Because we've been talking about this. Bodoga's got airdrop here. We had this is the M3M3 Memecoin by Meteora. Basically, it's not only a meme coin, but like spawned this launch pad where essentially you stake to earn. You stake, you're locking up for 18 hours, and then you earn tokens if you're in the top 999. All Bodoga's got a very nice airdrop of this. I know a number of them staked. We have a group of people who pulled money together to stake together to get in the top 999. I've been staking. I just pulled out this morning. I unstaked because this price is running, and I don't want to be locked up if we see a new all-time high. So that's what my thoughts are going here. We actually saw the market go live on this yesterday in terms of the launch pad. So I have like a number of tokens I was watching out of the gates. We saw LGTB. Let's get this bread. Anybody who staked the M33 got a piece of this. This is a $25 million market cap. I got over 2 SOL worth of this for free for just staking the M3M3. So I think M3M3 is probably going to be like decent, and Easy's talked about this before. With the MET token, it could be an easy exposure to that token for Meteora's token that's upcoming if you continue to stake. But I just wanted to give everyone a heads up that I have pulled out specifically because I may want to capitalize on the price action that we're going to see. We'll see how that goes. I know you're holding it back too, Easy. I just wanted to hear your strategy on this as well.
You're muted.
Amateur hour. For me, I still look at it and I'm like, what is the upside on this? Which I think there's still substantial, especially because this has largely been like, quote, the new narrative, the new meta for some of these tokens. I like the 3-3 kind of like stake, earn, print. And for me, that's where I'm like, this becomes significantly more interesting for a lot of stuff here. Like, if this meta can continue, the chart looks great, continuing to grind higher. We get 1 or 2 tokens that also push to like 50, 60 mil, and then they keep giving back to M3M3 stakers, then why would you not want to like continue to just print? You know, like that's where my head goes. I'm like, this feels very straightforward, like very, very straightforward.
Yeah, my concern is just that like I feel like there is a little bit of execution risk on the M3M3 tokens. If like other tokens don't get launched with value, there could be like short-term risk. I think long-term with the Meteora token, if this gets you exposure, holding it may be the play. But my thought process goes to like, okay, if I could sell it for a 2x of where I bought it and then maybe get back in later, potentially a play there. Because it takes a significant capital investment to get into that top 1,000 where you're earning additional tokens at this point.
It's like 8K just to get in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I think it's like you need 48K tokens. You're at a 16-cent price right now. Yeah. So 8K is about right there. So like you need to
get into the top 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
But I mean, that's like right on the edge too. And then like that number has been like creeping up.
Ray, why don't we split it, Ray? You and I. Let's get into
I'm in there. I unstaked it. I have enough to be in the top 500.
Whoa.
So let's look at the page here.
Okay. Ray just throwing his weight around, dude.
Well, yeah, it was a significant chunk.
Okay.
I threw in here earlier.
Dude.
I had a little bit of conviction, Clemente. A little bit of conviction. So you need a 48K minimum right now. That puts you at the very end of this top 999.
How much were you getting per day, Ray?
It started out around $100 a day, and it slowly dropped as volume dropped. So it's probably closer to like 60 or 70. So I probably printed like a couple SOL in fees, and a little bit of MET token too.
Got it. And this is not direct, like this is not a project by Meteora.
Correct. Yeah, this is a separate meme coin that's their own like foundation that launched on this protocol. So it's not directly involved with Meteora. But there is like speculation that this is going to like potentially help with the Meteora airdrop, being that's like a main platform for them and like the first meme on it.
Got it. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I'm not saying like I don't believe I may end up staking again, like, but I just don't want to cap myself on the upside of a potential run here because like
if this thing runs to 30 cents, dude, like you want to be able to take some off the table.
Yeah, that's my thought process. So like I'll be free and clear like tomorrow at like 2 a.m. So like if we do get an overnight run, I may try to like sell a bit if we do get over. I think 30 cents, like you're saying, is probably my target. But I would hate to be staked sitting there at 30 cents and then like see myself drop down the leaderboard as people are buying, because people have to be buying to push that price up. And they're probably buying to climb the leaderboard. So like as price goes up, you generally drop down the leaderboard, and it's like not a great feeling because you can't sell into it, and you're also earning less fees over time. So you don't want to get stuck in a position where like you're just potentially making bad decision there. So I wouldn't have optionality.
This is a classic prisoner's dilemma.
Exactly.
That's what 3-3 is.
I'm doing the opposite of 3-3. I'm doing the 0-0 by unstaking, I suppose.
I like it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's episode. We're back again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Have a beautiful day. We love you. Shout out the partners of the episode stream.